Hello dear students, welcome to the today's geography session. We have started with our chapter 7 soils, yes or no? And now we are almost at the end of our lesson. Hope so today we will end our lesson. So in the last session I have stopped with the topic soil erosion and degradation on page number 43, right? 43 of your textbook. So be ready with your textbooks. So on page 43 we have started with the topic soil erosion and degradation. I told you the top layer of the soil is having very nutrients in it, and always due to the winds or rainwater this top layer of soil is removed or carried out with the wind or water. So that is what we mean by soil erosion. So the carrying of the top layer of the soil by the wind or water, okay, or due to any other climatic conditions, this is called as soil erosion. And what is then meant by degradation, soil degradation? What happen when we use high amount of fertilizers, chemical fertilizers or insecticides or weedicides, or there is spraying of chemicals on the crops so that we can get to maintain the soil quality, we do all these things, and to get the higher yield or good production of crops, all these things are done. But what happens, these things, these chemical fertilizers, use of excessive chemical fertilizers reduces the quality of soil, and that's why that means the soil becomes infertile, okay, and that is called as soil degradation. So the reduction in the quality of the soil due to what? Due to all these reasons, spraying of chemicals, then excessive use of chemical fertilizers and all these things. So this leads to soil degradation. Fine. Also excessive irrigation, then excessive use of chemicals, these both are the reasons for soil degradation that we have studied in the last session. Now let us continue further. Please come down on page number 43. Do you know, okay, geographic indication, that is also called as GI. The certain soils are best suited for certain crops. Yes, we all know, we have heard, okay, in Punjab so and so soil is there, that's why in that soil such crops are grown. For rice such soil is needed, that's why for wherever that soil is there, that type of soil, then the rice will be grown. So every crops are growing according to the type of soil available there. So then it becomes very famous that in Punjab this type of soil is there, that's why these crops are grown there. Okay, so that means certain soils are best suited for certain crops. Hence, the crop production of that crop becomes the specialty of that area. As we say, wheat is the specialty of Punjab, rice is the specialty of the south. Yes or no? So, this way, the production of that crop becomes the specialty of that area. Such crops are given the status of geographic indication. So, such products, such crops are indicated, they have been given the status by the word GI, that is geographic indication. For example, Hapus mango of Sindhudurg. Yes, we know Hapus khana hai to kahan ka khana hai? Ratnagiri, Sindhudurg, right? Then custard apple from Beed district, then the oranges of Nagpur, etc. These are the crops, these are the items which are famous or special in this particular region. Fine. Then see, they have given the pictures. You can see 7.3b, soil erosion, how due to the wind this will be carried on. Then see, even the plain lands, the slope lands. In the B figure it is slope land, and in the C figure 7.3c it is the plain land. Okay, let us see now soil conservation. What do you mean by conservation? Conservation means protection, protecting something, okay, to protect something because it is very useful. Okay, so how soil is conserved, how soil is protected, okay, so that the land will not lose its fertility, because if the land is losing its soil, then the fertility of the land becomes less. Yes or no? So there is a need to conserve soil. Considering the importance of soils, it is necessary to conserve it. Yes or no? To prevent it, to protect it. It is necessary to protect the fertile soils of farmlands from getting washed out due to rains. So, wherever there is fertile soil, the farmlands which is having the fertile soil, it is very necessary to stop draining of this soil from the lands. Yes or no? We have to prevent the soil from draining out due to or washing out due to rains and winds. Soil conservation includes the works like construction of embankments and planting trees on them, construction of gully plugs against the steep slopes, etc. So, how we can conserve the soil? Soil conservation can be done by, it is carried out through what? By way of water. So, water ka hi problem solve karenge. How the rain water can be stopped? By construction of embankments. Means, in short, you can understand they are, it is a type of wall, earthen wall, or you can say a bank, which is made up of either earthen or stones, and it is built to prevent the river flooding an area. Okay, so just remember it is type of a dam, okay, built around the rivers. And planting trees on them. Also the trees are planted on the river banks. Then construction of gully plugs. Again gully plugs. Gully plugs, the other name for gully plugs is check dam. Okay, what is the other name? Check dam. And what do you mean by gully plug? It is also small either temporary or permanent dam which are constructed so that we can stop the concentrated flows of water which is carried by either heavy storms or any wind or heavy rainfall. Yes, so these are also small dams which are constructed so that we can conserve soil moisture. Okay, means the water is stopped and allowed to there, and then the water is gathered there and it percolates into the ground and it thus maintains the soil moisture. So, these are the works which were undertaken for soil conservation. Such works are taken up by the Department of Soil Conservation. So, this work is done by whom? One separate department is there of soil conservation. So, such works are looked after them. Planting trees can also control the velocity of the wind. Yes or no? Because trees will act as a barrier to the heavy blowing wind. So, more trees if you construct it, it will act as a barrier, and also the trees, their roots will hold the soil in the ground. Yes or no? Plant के जो roots है वो soil में होते हैं. So, those roots act as, holding the soil to the ground. So, thus we can prevent the soil by washing out by wind and rain. That's why we should plant more trees. The plant roots hold the soil, and this also reduces the erosion of soil. I told you now only. Under soil conservation, the continuous contour trenches. Turn your page. Now for the soil conservation, some few methods are practiced. Among that, one method is continuous contour trenches. Now what do you mean by contour trenches? Also called as CCTs. Okay, they are constructed along the slopes. You can see the picture, second picture, 7.4 CCT. See, this is way on the slope, on the slopes, along the slopes. See how these contour trenches are built. After a certain distance, some trenches are made so that water will gather in those trenches and they will percolate in it and absorb in the soil and will maintain the soil moisture, and in the area between them farming is done, planting of trees is done. Okay, so this way these are constructed along the slopes. This type of arrangement is called as contour trenches and done along the slopes. And construction of such trenches at different height checks the velocity of water running along the slopes and hence reduces soil erosion. So, this is one of the method of reducing soil erosion. So, you just remember contour trenches is an agricultural technique applied to conserve soil erosion, and also by controlling soil erosion we can increase the production of crops. Yes or no? So, this is the method. The water arrested in these trenches percolates into the ground. I told you the water is gathered, is arrested in that gaps, yes, which is there on the mountain. You can see on the slopes. So water is arrested, gathered in those trenches, and thus it percolates into the ground and it increases the groundwater level. If the water is percolating into the ground, underground water level will increase and it can further used for the farming or agriculture purpose. Okay. The government of Maharashtra, I will just continue this in the next video, okay, because it will go a lengthy video. Okay, chalo, bye.